Good morning. Day 2 weigh-in. Ooh. Another 193. Day 2, also 193. And if you're curious, my shirt says, "Pray for me, my father is Italian." So I'm doing a little bit of bargaining with myself because yesterday all I had for caffeine was plain oolong tea. No sugar, no milk in it. I didn't have like any sugar at all yesterday either. And right now, like, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do for caffeine because I was really tired yesterday. I was really headachy. I already feel myself getting headachy now. So my options right now are I could do the oolong tea that I had yesterday again, but honestly, I don't want to do that. Both like taste wise and just because like I have whole milk, so I'm like I'd really like to put some milk in something. So then I thought, like, do I do the little bit of black tea I have left, but I honestly don't think I have enough left of it, or, and this is the one I was leaning more towards, is do coffee. So I would do coffee with like maybe a skinny syrup or a Torani syrup, and then I would add my whole milk to that. So I'm like, okay, I could live with that. I could live with doing that. The one that I want the most, to be totally honest with you, the one that I absolutely like am craving and I want the most is the one with my full sugar syrup. So all of these skinny syrups don't have any calories in them, but this Torani syrup over there, that one has like full sugar in the syrup. It's like 90 calories for 2 tablespoons. And I gotta be real with you, this is the one that I want the most. I absolutely want it the most, for sure. I wouldn't be upset or I wouldn't be disappointed if I did one of these skinny syrups. It's just not what I want the most, but at least it's closer to my goal, because my goal was to cut sugar, like the coconut syrup, the Torani one, and artificial sweetener entirely. If I were to not have either type of syrup, I would be having either plain black coffee or coffee with whole milk. And both of those sound so gross to me. But I'm like, should I just try it? I don't know. This is the nutrition facts for the Torani coconut syrup that I use. It has 23 grams of added sugars. I'm going to not do the Torani sugary sweetener, and I'm not going to do the artificial sweetener either. I'm going to try to do my iced coffee with just whole milk and no sweetener at first, and I'm going to try to stick to that if it's not like absolutely disgusting. And the reason why I know that I really shouldn't do either the super sugary sweetener or my skinny syrups is because it's not the next time that I have to make a decision like this, it's not going to be easier. And if anything, it's going to be much, much, much more difficult to follow through if I have a history like this moment here of, you know, choosing what I want over the bigger goal. I'm going to try my darndest at just having milk and black coffee. Well, I guess I want to make it black coffee then. It's just milk and coffee. It's just wet because I finally showered. So I want to crack a cold one open with you guys and just have a little chat about last night and into today. So yesterday was day 1. That night, Tanner and I watched a movie called Look Away, and in it, the main character is in high school and she's really thin and she's not eating a lot. A lot of the way that she acted, like how extremely like depressed she seemed, and like people kind of thinking that there might be something wrong. Like the mom was really concerned. The dad like just kind of avoided the topic entirely. Like a lot of the stuff that she was going through, minus the demonic presence in her mirror, I could really relate to. And it made me think back on how things were for me in high school and for stuff that I had went through eating wise. And that is just something that I would say is a really heavy topic for me. It would be really hard for me to like really talk about it. And if I do, or rather when I do, I want to be able to give it like the full attention and scope and depth that I think it deserves. For right now, I'll just say that it brought a lot of feelings back. I went to bed last night feeling great in some ways, but then feeling really concerned in other ways. I was just kind of thinking then that although I was really proud of myself for following through on what I said I was going to do, I also was getting kind of, I don't know. I wasn't concerned for myself right now. Like, I don't think it would be doing anything negative to me right now, but I could see it going into a dangerous place, or at least like a dangerous mindset early on, even before people like would see a difference. I felt like it could affect my relationship with food, affect me mentally before like anyone would have reason to be concerned for me physically. I didn't see what I was doing going into a positive mindset. I feared that what I was doing was actually going to become significantly more negative and overly restrictive and borderline compulsive if it got to it. So that was last night, and honestly, I didn't think about it again today, but today was a real struggle. There was not one whole meal that I had yesterday where I liked every component of it. And that's a problem for me because I like food. I like eating. It's a big issue if I'm not enjoying what I'm eating. And I'm not saying that therefore I should have gotten pasta like I did. I'm not saying that that should have been the answer. But what I am saying is I want to make more modifications. I want to make more customization to the healthy recipes that I'm using now to make it a bit more enjoyable so that I actually eat it and don't feel like I'm sacrificing my foodie soul to lose weight, because like, cut to the end, I just won't do that. I will not do that. I 100% believe with my whole heart that like you do not have to sacrifice loving food in order to lose weight. And furthermore, I would absolutely never do that. Like, if that's really what someone else is expecting of me, then I'm just gonna disappoint you. Like, I am not going to eat mushy broccoli for the rest of my life. I won't even like it for a single dish. And worse, I feel like when I make myself eat a dish, like I'm suppressing gags to get through a meal, the next day or the next meal I have, I feel like I need that I'm like owed. That I'm owed. I need to be compensated. I need to like enjoy back what I missed out on the previous meal because it was so bad. If that doesn't make sense to you, I don't know how better to explain it, but like, I love food. I sincerely love food. As a grown adult who like gets to choose what I eat and what I don't eat, I'm not going to force myself to eat stuff that I hate. I think that there's a happy middle ground because I am blessed that I actually enjoy a lot of different vegetables. I sincerely like a lot of different types of vegetables. So I can fit those vegetables into my diet and I'll cut down on, you know, the pasta and the bread and the other countless other types of indulgent meals that I love too. It is infinitely more important to me that I actually enjoy what I'm doing and how I'm eating and the diet that I'm on. I feel like I'm kind of finally narrowing down on like my priority rules above all else. One of those rules is I am not going to overly restrict to a dangerous extent. That is not happening. I will not do that. The second thing is I will not force myself to eat foods that don't excite me, eat foods that are like almost making me gag, because likewise, I feel like that's no way to live. I don't want to hate my diet, and I don't want to be extremely hungry what feels like all the time. Those are just non-negotiable for me. I will not play with that. I will not mess with that, or I'm not losing weight. Like, those are my two big things that I will not quit. And I don't feel like I should have to in order to lose weight. That's the big difference. Like, that's my big message. My whole purpose is I love food. I'm gonna eat food. I'm gonna eat food that I love, and I'm gonna lose weight. So that being said, clearly I am making a few amendments and changes to the goals that I had and everything that I did yesterday. So first off, like, I'm basically gonna run through this as if it was like my morning to evening routine. First off, I have to have a little bit of milk and a little bit of sweet, either sugar or artificial sweetener, in my coffee or my black tea. I wouldn't say that I have to be like that forever. I think I can scale back, maybe like once a week. I have like a plain tea, maybe then twice a week or 3 times a week, and then half the week. But for now, it is the reason why I leave my bed in the morning. Like, I need to have that. I need to be able to look forward to that. That to me is, there's so many other changes that I'm making that, like, just give me that for now, please. You know, I'm just gonna have that, and that's like one of my treats, okay? When it comes to meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, any snacks, instead of cutting out all added sugar, I will limit it, and I am going to kind of have like a more, a no shit Sherlock, a like in moderation, a within reason. I'm gonna say all of my sugar consumption is going to be reasonable. I will have reasonable sugar consumption. I'm not like going to be drinking like Torani syrup, or like, you know, having a ton of cake every night, or going to fast food every night like I was. That stuff is over. But the kind of dishes that I make, the ingredients that I use, if it calls for a little bit of honey, I'm gonna put in a little bit of honey, because it's helping me get my carrots, or helping me get, you know, my shrimp or whatever it's in. Like, it's helping me make all my meals at home, track everything more consistently and accurately, and I like it. It's so much more important to me that I like my food than to shave off another 100 to 200 calories a day. Like, at that point, fuck it. Like, I'd rather wait another month or however longer it's gonna take for me to hit my goal than to be miserable for 11 months versus hit my goal in like 12 to 14 months. Like, just give me another month or two then. Like, I don't, oh my God, that is so fucking worth it. It's so worth it. To me, like, obviously, and if you're a robot who can just like take in food like it's fuel and you don't even think about it twice, you don't care about what kind of food you're eating, it like, and you can do that and just eat vegetables and bland ass chicken and like whatever the fuck else you want, good for you. But we're not in a race. Like, this is not, we're not even in the same competition here. I'm not in a competition. It's not a competition. If that's what you want to do and you can follow through with that, bless you and all your bland chicken. Like, I don't know, I don't, but like, don't come at me and judge me for like having taste. The fuck? Okay, vent is over. I came in this so sad, and now I'm just, oh my God, I needed that. Thank you so much for listening.